Everybody, just our last real lesson, I suppose. We'll do a bit of work next week, but what I'm going to do is just do a little bit of map skills review, just from our map skills topic at the start of the year. Okay, it comes up every year on the BGCSE. It comes up in the short paper, it comes up as a long section by itself in the second paper, and it's also spread throughout all the other sections. So if you can get a grasp of this, it's a very easy way to collect a lot of marks in your exam. Alright, and based on just some of the coastal work we did, there is still some need for improvement. So I'm just going to run through 5 little tasks today that you can add to your notes. There's no assignment, so let's head up quickly. Okay, so there's 7 main areas towards map skills. We're not going to go through all of them today, alright, but we're just going to look at a couple of them, which we can do through this platform. We will obviously revisit this over the next couple of years before your exam as well, alright? So very simple first way to start off, directions and bearings. Alright, under your headings, sketch a large version of the compass shown and label the 4 main points. Also, there's another name beginning with C that we call these 4 key points. These are our cardinal points on our compass, okay? We should all know these very simply, but quite a few people still getting some of them wrong in our map skills. What we're going to do then is, I should say, draw this nice and big, okay, because you're going to add 8 and 16 points to it. So hopefully you can see that on the video. Over here we've got our 8-point compass, and we've got our 16 point, alright? Now the 8-point compass, I want to try and fill in the other points. Remember, our 4 cardinal points are key, but north and south are kind of the major ones. They will always come first when you're giving a direction. So if you have a point between north and east, north comes first to give northeast. Okay, between south and east, southeast, between south and west, southwest, between north and west, northwest. Very simple. Moving on to our 16-point compass, then we have to then add in another branch in between each of these points. Okay, and this is where the cardinal points again come first. So if we add a point on our next one, we have north here. The next point is between north and northeast. So the cardinal point comes first, then the other ones. So you'll have north, northeast. Okay. Then between northeast and east, the major point is east, so east will come first. You'll have east, northeast, and so on. Alright, I've done those ones. I want you to try and finish them off. I'll show you the answers once you've finished. So you can pause the video and have a go. Alright. Yours should look something like this when it's all done, so pause that to correct it and add any corrections to your one. Alright, we move on to the next task. Next task then, very simple. Alright, symbols. So using your map skills book or your own knowledge or notes back from September when we were doing map skills. Alright, you're going to make a small little sketch of these down your page. Okay, you can spread them across your page to save space, and then tell me what the symbol means if it was seen on an OS map. Now, OS maps are the maps you will always be given in your exam. Alright, so pause it here, sketch those around. Okay, only small, you don't have to draw them too big, and see if you can get any first. Then use page 126 and 128 of the map skills book. There are your answers. Alright, so you check which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong, change any, give yourself a tick for the ones you got right. Okay, so plenty of different ones there. You can see in some cases, alright, how the symbols are very similar, but just have a slightly different meaning. Do not worry, you don't have to memorize all of these. You'll be given a key in your exam. Alright. Next then, task 3. Using the grid below, sketch each of the symbols and then write the 6-figure grid reference beside each one. Use your notes from map skills topic to help you get them all right. So I think there's 8. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So draw those very small again. You'll fit one on each line and calculate the 6-figure, not 4-figure, the 6-figure grid reference. Alright. Also remember, on digits, the 3rd and 6th digits in those 6-figure grid reference, you can be one higher or one lower. Alright, so I'll explain that again. Pause it here, have a go, and then I'll show you the answers. Okay, so here are my answers. I've done my little sketch, and I've got my 6 figures beside each one. Now, if you had 267 or 269, that's acceptable. And 5 well, 570 or 568, that would be acceptable. Okay, so it's the third and sixth numbers you can be out by one digit. All right, so that's our 6 figures done again. Now height on a map, a little bit of writing. Under where you've just done the last tasks, this is task 4. Draw out this table, okay, and we're going to fill in as many areas as possible. So there's height on a map, there's 3 ways to show height on a map. So I want you to draw the table. You can do these little sketches very basically, and then I want the 3 ways of showing height on a map. Alright, then I want a definition of how it works or what it is, and then 1 positive and 1 negative. These are a little bit trickier. So first of all, you should all know the 3 ways of showing height on a map, which are contours, shading and colors, trig points and spot hits. Alright, so what I want to do is draw that table about the width of a page, give these about 3 lines each, okay, give them plenty of space, and on the next slide I'll show you the text. So maybe fill it in pencil first, see how much you can get right, and the answers will be shown in a moment. So pause your screen and have a go. Okay, and there's my answers then. Alright, so the definitions, the positives, the negatives for each one. Okay, so again, you can see the positives of contours, they're very exact and give a good understanding of landforms. So if you look at the contours, you can tell what the landscape's actually like. Okay, they don't show the heights in between the lines though, so it doesn't show exactly each point. Alright, whereas trig points are the opposite, they only show one specific place. Alright, so again, pretty repetitive there. The next and last task we're going to look at then is scales. Okay, so task 5, read through the information below and we're going to answer some questions on one of the next slides. So again, to come back to our scale here, 1 is to 50,000. If this is the scale on your OS map, the most common scales are 1 is to 10,000, 1 is to 20,000, 1 is to 50,000. Right? What that means is, this means 1 centimeter on the map equals 50,000 centimeters in real life. So if you were to measure a centimeter on the map, okay, in real life that's actually 50,000 centimeters. So if you were to get out and walk it, that actual distance, so say you had a map of New Providence and you measured 1 centimeter, all right, from Yamacraw out on the most easterly point, in real life that centimeter actually equals the first 50,000 centimeters of New Providence. So therefore we can also say 1 centimeter on a map represents 500 meters in real life. This is because 50,000 centimeters equals 500 meters. They're the same unit of measurement. If I walk this and you walk this, if we start at the same point, we'll end up at the same point. It's the same distance. With that in mind, all we need to do is take off the last 2 zeros, okay, off the large number each time to find our scale. The reason we do this, in most of your questions you'll be asked to give the unit or your answer in meters. Okay, so it works the other way too. All right, on a map scale 1 is to 50,000. all right, 1 centimeter equals 500 meters in reality, or 50,000 centimeters. So what does that mean? What would 2 centimeters on that map then equal? If 1 centimeter equals 500 meters, 2 centimeters will equal 1,000 meters. All right. Now that's important because on those maps, the grid squares are always 2 centimeters or 1 kilometer squared. Alright, so that's one of the first things you should be doing when you see those types of maps, measuring the little boxes to see if they're 2 centimeters squared, you know that's 1,000 meters or 1 kilometer squared. Okay, what we're going to do, just very simple, 4 little questions just to finish. You can write those out. So 1 is to 15,000, what would it be? 1 is to 2,000. 1 is to 20,000 and 1 is to 40,000. Okay, so pause there, have a go, and answers will pop up in a moment. Okay, that should be your answer there. Okay, so that's a little bit about scales done. Obviously we'll revisit map skills during grade 11 as well, but for now that's just a little bit of revision. None of that is an assignment, they're just tasks to add to your notes, so get that stuff done. And we'll continue next week with a little bit of revision.